Hello, it's Alison. Here I am, and I was just looking earlier on for some ideas for teens for gifts for Christmas. And I just thought there are so many lists out there, and there are a few, hi Marie, there are a few things that kind of copy that were the same, and I thought, well, let's just get this all in one kind of good list that might be quite useful for sharing. And so I thought I'd come on live and have a chat with you. So I was obviously looking for my girls actually, and so these might be a little bit girl based, more than likely. So I just thought that was quite an idea to think about talking to you about. So I've got a list of 10 items here for teens, starting off with anything to do with charging their devices, or anything to do with their devices really. I don't know about you, we are a household full of frayed cables. They're all over, and so I think anything to do with charging cables is always a good thing. So that might be a good idea for this year's Christmas presents. And power banks came up on the list as well. I use power banks quite regularly actually, so I don't know whether teens would, but that might be an idea for them as well. And little fun cable holders, I've bought those before as well. So they're little fun things. You can get them all in their favourite animal or what have you. So they're fun items. Anything to do with their devices, basically. They're kind of stuck with them these days, aren't they? They're kind of attached to their hands. And then the second item that came up quite regularly on these lists was a DIY lip balm kit. I'd never heard of that, but that seemed like a fun idea for girls to kind of get together and maybe make these lip balms together. That might be quite a good idea. And the one that I saw was organic and had organic and fair trade ingredients, so that was quite good as well. And then the third item on the list is journals, so anything where they can write down, and maybe getting gel pens and all these fun things as well. Journals, something, or a sketchbook maybe. Oh, Michelle made you one. What was that? A journal? Maybe lip balm for Marie there. Journals anyway. And you know, some of these teenagers, sometimes it's quite useful for them to be able to write down their feelings when they're going through certain things, and that might be a good idea to sort of tempt them into this sort of idea. And I know for me, I love getting a new journal every year. I love it. At Christmas, unwrapping it and, you know, writing things in and what have you. And sometimes you can get dated ones and you can get non-dated ones as well. So it depends on what you want. Or and sketchbooks, anything for writing in and drawing in. These kids love doing that, don't they? So the fourth one was something that it was interesting when I saw this, because the other day I was giving a friend of Laura a lift, and she had one of these, and it was an instant print digital camera. Everything has to be instant these days, doesn't it? And it's like the old-fashioned Polaroid camera, and it just prints out these teeny tiny little pictures. And you'd think that just taking a picture on the phone was enough these days, but seemingly not. They need it to be printed out so they can stick it somewhere. So, but I mean, that's you know, if that's what they're into, that's a great little gift, isn't it, to get them? And then number 5 is wireless headphones. They're very popular this year, apparently. So they can hear their music and you don't have to. I think that's a brilliant idea. Number 6 is gift cards. So I suppose these can be for any sort of thing. And particularly my kids, I'm going to be buying them gift cards for going to buy their own clothes. Obviously, that's something they need to go and do themselves. I don't need to be buying them clothes anymore. They know their sizes, they need to try it on. So giving them a gift card, and then that takes the pressure off mum to not have to go shopping with them. So that's always a good one for me. And I suppose if it's a teen that you don't know as well, maybe getting them a little Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or something that they can go and just use en route to wherever they're going. And that can be quite a useful little gift for them to have. Number 7, which came up in 2 lists, and I was quite surprised by this, a cookbook for teens. It's never too early to start, I suppose, is it? And so I think it's always good to have these kids in the kitchen and knowing what they're going to have to do later on in life. It doesn't hurt for them to start very early. And I think it's lovely for them to have their own book as well, their own cookbook, rather than trying to leaf through mum or dad's cookbooks. So I think that's quite a good idea too. Especially if they're off at college or thinking of going to college or thinking of, well, hopefully moving out eventually. Always a good thing. And then number 8 item, which came up in several lists, is these letter boards. So you can get these letter boards. They can write their own little messages, and they come in the sort of felted version, or the things that they can just put letters on. And there are also lighted ones, which I thought, depending on what they're interested in, how you want your electricity bill to look in the future. Number 9 is a book, if your child, again, thinking about going to college or is at college, a self-care book for college students. I thought that was quite a good idea as well, because quite often they can be away and you might not be available when they need help, and a book, if they've read some ideas on how to look after themselves a little bit, that can be quite useful, can't it, if they've had some idea or if they've got some idea. That could be a good gift for a teen. And then the last one, number 10, is subscriptions to apps and things like that. So the paid version. I know this from this particular household. I've been asked to upgrade Spotify. Apparently the adverts are in the way these days. So upgrade of Spotify, or maybe a Disney Plus subscription seems to be a popular one now. Hulu, Netflix, that sort of thing. So all of these ideas, I hope they can help you, sort of inspire you to think about the gifts that you want to buy for your teens or your young people in your life. And if you would like some more little ideas, iTunes is a good gift idea here, coming in from Marie online here, and a few cookbooks there as well. Excellent, thank you, Marie, for those additional ideas. So yeah, I've got 3 additional stocking stuffer ideas. If you'd like those, let me know, and I am happy to share those ideas with you. And thank you so very much for popping on. I'm really grateful for you looking in, and I will see you next time. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.